Having a Beer with Mike. This ain't your mama's TV.
There aren't that many Mike Rileys in the world, and you're going to see what I'm talking about in just a second without me saying a word. But this Mike Riley, former Oklahoma Sooner, former Ram, and a party guy. Take a look.
Out of high school, I was recruited. I was one of the top recruits out of Florida, being recruited by most every college in the United States. And Barry Switzer happened to be one of the top dogs coming down to recruit me. And once I decided that I was going to the University of Oklahoma, Barry came to sign me on signing day. He brought down another coach, Gene Hoshaver, who actually did all the recruiting. And at 7 o'clock, I was having a signing party. And my dad, we were, as a family, we threw quite a few parties throughout the years during Little League and high school and everything. So we were used to having parties every weekend whenever we had ball games. So we got the okay from Barry to have a signing party at 7 o'clock. Barry said, okay, we can do that, but he had to be at another engagement at 9 o'clock to sign another kid out of Edison High School, Keith Ferguson. So at 7 o'clock, he shows up about 6:45, we do the signing, and we start celebrating a little bit. So after a couple hours, Hoshaver says, Barry, hey, we need to head up north to sign Keith Ferguson. And Barry says, well, call him up, tell him we're going to be about an hour late. So about 10 o'clock, Hoshaver comes up to Barry again and says, Barry, hey, it's getting late, we need to go. He says, well, give him one more call, tell him we'll be there in just a little bit.
Part of a good party is knowing when to go home.
So now about midnight, Keith's still waiting for Barry to show up. And so anyway, Hoshaver says, Barry, we're going to lose him. He says, well, tell him we got too many brothers anyway. We don't need any more brothers. We don't need any more brothers.
God created everybody. He didn't create one people better than another. Your blood's the same as mine. Mine's the same as his. And
so, us as a family, I played ball and throughout Little League. We had, I played with a lot of black kids myself.
Your blood's the same as mine. Mine's the same as his.
So we were kind of shocked that a head coach was saying that in our living room. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, Barry's still at the house and still drinking. Him and my dad got along really well that evening. As a matter of fact, my dad and him kept trading jackets, and my dad ripped his jacket. And it's 2 o'clock, they start to leave, and Barry starts walking out the front door and starts going to the car and trips over the bushes, lands in the front yard on his backside, holding a pitcher of Bloody Marys in his hand. And I'm sitting at the front door with my girlfriend and my dad looking out there and going, that's my coach for the next 4 years. And as he gets up to go to the car, he holds up the pitcher of Bloody Marys and says, at least I saved the Bloody Marys, as he gets to the car. And as he drove off, that's the only thing I could think of. For the next 4 years, he's the one who's going to be looking out for me.